I was still making the belt about it.
I understand.
I think you just cop it and peek.
He's selling hot dogs.
You're self-conscious.
We'd have told you.
No, you wouldn't.
You just told Brandon? You did. I was letting my cows out.
So I hadn't heard that.
Those were the
I heard
cats.
the barn door is open.
Yeah.
I've heard you're flying low. I've heard flags at half mast. I've heard a lot of them, but I haven't heard about the cows. Okay, so again, there's no way he's going to get this on the video, but there's your dimple. Okay, so the other thing, these bolts have been in and out and in and out and in and out by about 400 times. On yours, when we ship out a bolt, you can sort of see the remnants of the blue. Sometimes we put the green, but it's dry. I'm not a fan of dried Loctite because it seems like as soon as you back it off, it crumples up,
Yeah.
right? So anyway, so what we do is by putting enough green Loctite on here, when you try to put this in, it adds resistance to the bolt. So your job is you have to take this guy here, and you're trying to hold it like this, and then you put it in, and this will be flipped one time, and you won't know it, and then your dimple will be facing the ground. Okay, all right, so on the other side of the axle, right, there is a recess and there's not a recess. I cannot tell you how many people, I don't know if they've never put tab A into slot B, but obviously you put the head of the bolt into the recess so that the bolt sticks out longer. I can't tell you the amount of people who do this and then they only get a little bit of the bolt in it. It still threads in, but you only have half the bolt.
Put an extra twang on it, pull the threads out.
Well, that's not even it. Now that you have it this way, your north and south is backwards. So you fail the calibration, right? And people will be like, you put something in wrong. You know, they don't know. I don't know. Some people are savants, and then some people are just on the spectrum, I guess, right? So, yeah. So, this one is this I think this is the small one. So we had a smaller bolt, and then believe it or not, Discount Tire was like bowling for dollars, and they tried to see how many arms they could break off in a single day by rolling really big tires into them, and they were really accurate. So we ended up replacing the axles. We went from like a 1/4 inch bolt to a 5/16 inch thread bolt to make it like 25% stronger because it was a bigger bolt. So there's a kit that you can get, and it comes with all this. It doesn't come with the magnets. You have to take the magnets off, but it comes with both sides of the axles. It comes with a slightly bigger bolt. The magnet is held in with a brass bolt because we can't affect the magnetism, right? And brass doesn't affect magnetism. So if you lose the brass bolt, strip the brass bolt out, somehow someone loses the brass bolt. I'm not sure how they do that, but they do that. Home Depot doesn't sell brass bolts, but they do sell stainless steel bolts. Now, someone's going to tell me that stainless steel is 5% magnetic, and it is, but it's not magnetic enough to mess with it'll still work. Okay, so at least you can run to Home Depot and get a stainless steel bolt. Yeah. Depending on the grade of stainless steel, it's either more or less magnetic because they put more junk in it.
300 series is and 400 series is.
Yeah, so the ones at Home Depot are about 5%, so it's fine. Okay, so the other thing is every time we have a magnet, we have a little dimple or a little seat, right? So there's a little dimple, and the little dimple has to go in the seat, right? Because we need to make sure that this magnet is going this way and that the magnet's not going backwards. Okay. If the screw loosens up enough, if the screw's like halfway out, right? Eventually, what'll happen is this guy will just turn around and it'll start floating, right? So that means sometimes it'll work and then sometimes it won't work, and there'll be all really sorts of weird error codes. Okay. Obviously, for Steven here, he has to be careful when he's screwing the brass bolt back in, or he'll just wring the whole thing right out, and then he'll need a whole new balancer by the time he gets done stripping out this brass bolt.
It's about right.
inner Hall effect sensor. The inner Hall effect sensor again has the little dimple. The little dimple goes into, and we are so nice. We even put a little window so that when you reinstall this, that you can see whether the dimple's in the window or
We were
not.
trying to figure out what that was. He's like, is that like a push pin
It
to
is
lock
just-
something in place, or?
It is literally just there to make sure.
Yep.
Because if I put this in backwards, I put this in this way. The camera's never going to see it, but you can tell that it's not there. And then if I put it in the right way, it should fall down a little bit too. Like you can hear it click in, but you can also see that the black is now in the hole. Right. So that, again, because everything's magnet, and I need to make sure I'm not like this or like this. I need to make sure that my north and south line up. Otherwise, you're gonna fail your calibration. Now, obviously, if this one's not in the right spot, you're gonna run out of space, and you won't be able to put the snap ring back in. Sort of like the spindle the other day, right? You have to let it. So
The bearing
this
rings.
one's a little easier to figure out that you don't have right. If you ever try to get out a hammer to seat your magnets in your Hall effect sensors, again, stop, go get the pie, come back, figure out what you're putting in wrong. Because obviously something's not going right that day.
Are you saying we should take out stock and buy our first year?
I'm just saying, it's technically it's a Men in Black reference, right? Men in
Yeah.
Black 2 or 3, right? You always get the pie.
Have
The
pie
thing-
on the truck.
good things always came to him when we had pie. Did anyone notice like this thing here? Again, we're an engineering company, and there's like negative 1/1000th of an inch to get this thing in here. You sort of got
We took it all the way out to
you
the
sort of
other
got to mash it in there to get it to go in there. Yeah. And then you have to put the wire in first, right? Because if you put the sensor in first, the wire never goes through. Now these wires here, they are getting very, very close to breaking and not working. The potting is let go. You can actually feel it. It feels a little wobbly, and especially this one. So we'll see if this one calibrates again. Again, like I said yesterday, it's got the little dimple. The little dimple goes in the little hole to
Not gonna
keep our magnets.
Definitely not.
Working around.
Yeah, we were already dug into it.
Yeah. So, thank you to whoever took this out. You didn't rip this out of here.
Good job,
Probably
Jake.
should
Thanks,
pass
man.
this around because trying to put that. Is that the sticker? Oh, thank you.
Maybe you would check it for me?
Yeah, no, I can do a QR code. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. It only took her 3 years for her not to yell at me every time I called her man. I am not one man.
Grew into it.
Doesn't it look like fun? It looks like a lot of fun. Down there trying to tighten up that little silver stupid lock ring. Good times. I tell you what. Oh, this rubber snubber is actually really important. The rubber snubber is what holds the arm in the right spot. Yeah, it's a rubber snubber. We use lots of rubber snubbers in our hoods. But if you don't have the rubber snubber in the right spot, then the arm doesn't. If the rubber snubber's not here, then the thing just falls over like this. I'm sure you had a lot of them.
Is it really called a rubber snubber?
It's called a rubber snubber.
Hey, we actually use rubber snubbers walleye fishing.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
So we use rubber snubbers as hood stops. The hood stops either up or down, and we just use those. It's basically just a rubber stop, but I just call it a rubber snubber.
Rubber
There's
snubber.
a-
I call-
You're gonna catch me while
I
I
call
remember.
bungee
Put a
cords
piece of
rubber snubbers.
in between it, and you tie it onto
Yeah,
it.
like the rubber with the two hooks on the end. That's rubber snubber.
They strike.
That's
It's
not a
like
bungee.
25, 30 mile an
Yeah,
hour, right?
I mean that
With
rubber
the
snubber.
line, if you don't have that
Yeah.
rubber to give it a little bit of play,
Oh,
it'll snap your line. So with the rubber, they call it a rubber snubber, and it flexes, and then really fishing. Never heard that.
So
before.
this is
That's in Ohio.
it's just a rubber snubber.
All this while I
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Anyway, this is really important. So if you don't have one, the arm's not going to go back. It won't hang on the hood. It's just going to be sort of hanging over here. And then people will break it off. So if you notice, the common theme here is people love to break off everything that's not literally inside the balancer. I don't know. It's like they take aim at it or something like that. Yes, the guy who picked this up, yes, this is literally just a counterweight so that the arm comes back to where it needs to be. It serves no function for the balancer. It's just keeping the arm in place. Okay. I tell you what, we got a little bit. For those of you who didn't take their years apart, you get a failing grade today. So this is his one day to shine. He came in and he was upgraded. He was 756 this morning, and then they were over here just taking stuff apart. So I appreciate them actually trying to be like productive today, rather than waiting for Armageddon to take us all home. Go ahead and put. You know what you guys should do? You guys need really. We need to do this on. You guys aren't going to be. You guys need to have more fun than you're having. Someone's not having enough fun.
You ever seen a hood on the ground when you get to that area?
No, I've seen a hood. I've seen a balancer push through a wall, but I've never seen a hood on it.
Balancer push through a wall?
Cinder block, yeah, right through it.
How the hell did
Through a
that
cinder block wall?
Drive
Oh,
instead
shit.
of reverse.
Are they working?
Oh yeah.
It had handicap control. It's always
Oh,
handicap
yeah.
control. It's always handicap control.
I tried my best.
It's always
Or
it's
the,
always
mill
on like
people's cars up there where they drive from the other side. They always have that one idiot that gets to the other side of drive it like a mailman in Ohio. In the rural areas, they drive their own cars.
right, and it's got the steering wheel here, and it's just this big belt that goes
Yeah.
around it. Yeah. Good time. It's always like a 1989 Jeep Cherokee with the big chrome big bumper or an F-250 or something. It was now the wall that it went through. Like I said, it wasn't a poured concrete; it was just cinder block. So you got to go on, and he didn't stop. They wanted me to fix it. It was a General Motors place, and they wanted me to fix it. I'm like, yeah.
Oh, yes, the machine precise to what, a quarter of a.
Yeah.
Well, that was, but it's like it's a General Motors dealership, right? It wasn't a
You can afford to buy
standalone.
It's fine. It went through the wall.
You're fixing to do an insurance claim anyway.
Well, that's the thing. I'm like, you have shop insurance. And they're like, well, we don't want to pay the deductible.
We can salvage the power cord, but everything
You're
else
gonna
is
replace the wall, aren't you?
No, they didn't actually. The whole hole's still there.
Just put a tarp over it.
It's a good reminder.
That sounds like a dealership.
If you're gonna do one of these really super old ones, you have to be careful. Is that 736? Yeah, 536. It's not a. Oh, you guys are using a 6 instead of 5. 7.
Ours was a little wallered out.
Need something a little. Let me have a 536.
Someone did that underdug it too much.
Ours was a
It's
little
gonna be too
wallered out.
small. So 316.
It's not over here. It was over here.
That machine liked to 7:30 seconds.
I'm sorry.
So that machine seemed to like 7:30
Check your
seconds.
box. You're gonna have to have quite a few of those.
Yeah, I know.
From
He's
instead of
everywhere.
10 millimeters, Mike.
This is
Instead of 10 millimeters,
730
we're gonna have to have freaking 530 seconds.
5:30 seconds, 7:30 seconds.
220, 221.
Every of the 30 seconds.
When you're going for the standard sockets on a metric system,
You have to
Yeah,
be
right.
you have to be careful because there's a lot of people out there who will try to use a 4mm Allen on a 5/32 bolt, and you will strip it out nearly immediately. It is hurtful.
All my standard stuff has been laying dormant for like
Right.
15 years. So
It's gonna be like you got brand new tools.
I do. I still have some Snap-on stuff in the packaging. Standard size.
Always love digging through my toolbox. Right? You look down inside the socket, there's no dirt.
Yeah.
That thing's never been touched.
Tighter than I
It's
thought.
like
Okay.
it's like a
On this really super old stuff, we made it nearly impossible to do this. There's rather than a, it's even hard to get out. So on the axle, we put in a little roll pin, and that little roll pin is sticking out. What do you want to call that?
Nothing.
3/32, not even quite an eighth, right? That's so you have to get the little roll pin in the little recess. Otherwise, you'll fail your calibration. Okay. Now, if you're trying to do this on the machine, like down there in the rat pee, when it's cold and wet and disgusting. Good luck with that. So you guys are gonna have a good time whoever took this off. Please make sure that roll pin goes back in that recess. Okay. We're all counting them. So now that I've made everything infinitely harder, now we're all gonna put it back together again because I didn't want you guys to like have an easy day today. So, this is not. Again, when you're trying to do, because it's it's always in a corner, it's always dark. There's never any lights. The lighting is